The world without the internet. A life without connection. Imagine waking up in a world where the internet never existed. No smartphones buzzing with notifications, no social media feeds to scroll through, no instant access to information. The way we communicate, shop, work, and entertain ourselves would be completely different. But would it be a better world, or one stuck in the past? Let's dive into this alternate reality and explore how life would have unfolded without the greatest technological revolution of our time. A slower, more isolated world. Without the internet, communication would still rely heavily on phone calls, letters, and face-to-face interactions. Long-distance relationships would be far more difficult to maintain. Businesses would struggle to connect globally, and breaking news would take days, if not weeks, to spread. Social media wouldn't exist, meaning no influencers, no viral trends, and no instant sharing of ideas. While some might argue that this would reduce misinformation and mental health issues linked to online culture, it would also limit freedom of expression and global activism. Movements like the Arab Spring or the #MeToo might never have gained momentum without digital platforms to amplify their voices. A very different economy. E-commerce giants like Amazon, Alibaba, and eBay would have never risen to power. Shopping would still be limited to physical stores, forcing businesses to rely on traditional advertising and word of mouth rather than digital marketing. Small businesses would struggle without access to a global marketplace, making it much harder for independent entrepreneurs to succeed. The stock market would move at a much slower pace, as traders wouldn't have real-time access to financial data. Banking and transactions would still be dominated by physical cash and checks, making international trade far less efficient. Without instant money transfers, global economies would be less connected, and economic growth could be decades behind where it is today. Education and knowledge. A bottleneck on progress. In a world without the internet, access to knowledge would be severely limited. Students would rely solely on libraries and textbooks, making research and innovation far slower. The idea of self-education through platforms like YouTube or online courses wouldn't exist, meaning fewer opportunities for people to learn new skills outside of formal education. Scientific progress would also take a hit. Without the ability to instantly share research findings across the world, medical breakthroughs and technological advancements would be delayed. Collaboration between scientists would be restricted to in-person conferences and physical journals, significantly slowing down progress in fields like medicine, engineering, and space exploration. Entertainment, no streaming, no online gaming, no memes. If the internet never existed, entertainment would still be limited to television, radio, newspapers, and physical media like DVDs and CDs. Streaming services like Netflix, YouTube, and Spotify wouldn't exist, meaning people would still have to buy or rent movies and music. Video games would remain strictly offline, with no multiplayer experiences or massive gaming communities. Esports, Twitch, and gaming influencers wouldn't exist. Memes, the internet's own form of humor and cultural commentary, would have never become a global phenomenon. The impact on innovation and technology. Without the internet, the development of many modern technologies would be years, if not decades, behind. Cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and big data analysis, all of which rely on internet connectivity, would either not exist or would be extremely limited. Smartphones as we know them might not even exist. Without internet access, their primary functions would be calling, texting, and playing offline games. GPS navigation would be far less advanced, meaning people would still rely on physical maps and road signs to get around. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, and automation would be far less advanced, as they rely heavily on vast amounts of data processed online. This could mean slower advancements in medicine, robotics, and even space exploration. Would it be a better world? Many people today feel overwhelmed by constant digital connectivity, and some argue that a world without the internet might actually be healthier. No doom scrolling, no cyberbullying, no social media addiction. Privacy would be easier to maintain, and people would likely spend more time interacting face to face. However, the trade-offs are enormous. A world without the internet would be slower, less connected, and far less innovative. Economic opportunities would be limited. Global collaboration would be restricted, and knowledge would spread at a much slower pace. So, while the internet has its problems, it has also brought incredible progress, convenience, and global unity. Without it, we might still be living in a world where information moves at the speed of paper, businesses are confined to local markets, and entire industries never even get the chance to exist. In the end, the internet is a double-edged sword. But if we had to choose between a world with it or without it, would we really want to go back? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about history's greatest figures and events.